Hello, welcome to the channel. This is like a looking into the camera type video, which is one that I don't often do. There'll probably be something here, I guess, like a game or something. I don't quite know yet, but that's probably how it's going to how it's going to work. So what's this video all about? Well, this is a channel. I'm never quite sure who these videos are aimed at. Like when I watch people's videos, and they do a channel update, I'm kind of like, you know, because it's I'm kind of subscribed to the channel, and you do a video, and then I'll watch it, kind of thing, you know, depending on the content. But I was watching a video that I went to a channel that I was subscribed to a long time ago, and I unsubscribed for whatever reason. People unsubscribe from videos, and I was watching some recent stuff, and he quite often does videos like this, and I kind of realised why why people do these videos. So I'm not going to tell you what I realised, but this is kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, because of that video, I'm doing this video. Encouraged, not the right word. I can't think of the right word at the moment, so I won't spend too much time trying to work out what the word is. So this video is like I guess you would call it a channel update video, but it's more talking about the channel and stuff. And again, like I still have this feeling that I'm not quite sure who this is aimed at. You know, I'm just some bloke who does some videos now and again, and you know, and that's it really. I know that I get loads of comments from people saying various stuff about the channel, which is great, but that's generally how I see it, or how I kind of have been seeing it up until probably the last couple of years, I guess. I mean, I was looking back over my channel recently, and I would say that obviously I think the output has probably steadily gone down and down. You know, if you're a regular to the channel, you know why that is. You know, when you've got like a chronic health problem, you know, it's just hard to do stuff in general when it's something that kind of affects you every second of every day. So, you know, that's part of the reason. Also, I think tied on to that is the fact that when you go from being super healthy for 44 years maybe, and then it all goes tits up, you then kind of find yourself in a situation where you're kind of in, and there's no cure essentially. Then you find yourself in limbo really. You've got you're in limbo. What do you do? So at first I thought to myself, well, the channel was a perfect example of something that can just give you reasons to get up. Well, give you a reason to get up in the morning, and throw yourself into something, and just give something that your brain can focus on other than sort of feeling sick. But I think obviously what comes with my situation is the fact that you then you can't work, so you're not contributing anything to your household, and that's not. And I don't mean that in a I'm the bloke, so I've got to be bringing money in kind of stuff. You know, I'm not like that, and you know, we're not like that as a family. That's not a problem. But it is still something that you know you have going around in your head, and the channel for me got to a point where it was where I was thinking to myself, should I be spending my precious limited energy on doing videos? Yeah, potentially it might be a good thing. You know, as I said, from getting up in the morning and have something to focus on. But then there's always, at the back of my mind, there's always this thing where I'm saying to myself, you could be putting your time to better use. I couldn't be, you know, because I am generally housebound, so I can't go out to work. I can't even really go out on my own and do stuff, you know, generally. So so there isn't actually anything probably more constructive I could do with my time other than Well, saying that, no, there is something I could do more constructive. And that kind of ties into the channel stuff, where it's tried to make the channel more productive. So from a financial point of view. But when you've been doing something so long, it's funny, because I had a similar situation where I used to own a shop, a hobby game shop. We sold like board games, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that sort of stuff. And in my naive, it's a good idea. I think most shops now do it, but I think I was maybe one of the ones that not started it off, but I didn't know of many other shops like me that did it at the time. This was many years ago. But you kind of have gaming tables set out where people come and play games, basically. And that seems like a good idea on paper, but I think the mistake I made is that I didn't set out any ground rules initially. So it got to a point where people would just come in, not buy anything from the shop, which was kind of the idea of the tables, really. It is like it is partly a community type thing as well. And I enjoy that side of it. But when you've just got people coming in every day and they're not buying anything, they're just sitting at your tables playing games, that's a bit of a problem. And I guess that's kind of how I felt about how I've been feeling about the channel. Yes, the channel is a good thing for me to have to maybe wake up in the morning and focus my time on and do stuff with. But I'm also constantly sort of aware of the fact that it's not productive. It's not financially productive. It's like for the views that I get very, 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 very tiny amount of income from it. It literally probably wouldn't buy you a packet of cigarettes a week if you smoked. I don't smoke. It might buy you a drink a week. A bottle of wine or something. Not even, if that. So then you kind of get the feeling that, well, maybe psychologically, the channel's quite a good thing. It kind of becomes not good psychologically, because you're at the back of your mind, you're thinking, do I need to be being more productive? And that's not from any pressure through family or my wife or whatever. That's purely down to just me, essentially. It's weird because I've never really been like I would say that I'm a massive underachiever, and I don't mean that in like a in a what's the word, in an egotistical way. Looking at what I've achieved from a career point of view, I probably could have achieved a lot more. But I've never been career driven. It wasn't never something that drove me at all. Right? I know some people are just completely obsessed with their career and stuff. So but that was not something. So so it's quite surprising to have those thoughts. But I think they're probably just like natural thoughts that you're going to have when you suddenly find yourself in my position. So as I said, 44 years of good health and constant work, and then something happens and your life changes, and I guess you just get these things, get these thoughts, basically. So that's where I've been, and I know some of you have noticed it. I've spoken to some of you, and some people left comments and stuff. Where I'm constantly battling with this. I enjoy the channel, I enjoy doing videos, but it's just not productive. Maybe it is productive in the sense that I'm doing something with my time. But that time is not being transferred into, a financial gain. Unfortunately, that's the way that I think that's because of my situation. That's the way it got. That's why I was viewing it, which was probably the wrong way of viewing it, maybe. But looking at this person's video that I caught up with recently was quite interesting. Because they're quite happy their situation is kind of similar to mine in a way. And the video side of the channel side of things is like an escape from stuff that's going on in real life, and it gives them something to focus on. So I guess at this point there's two ways you can go that I've thought about. It's like, use the channel for what you originally intended it for, and that was to have fun, etc. Or try and use the channel for what you feel that you need to be doing your time at the moment, and that's to generate some financial income. And that's kind of where I am at the moment, as a mindset, is that what shall I do? Because I do want to carry on doing the channel stuff because I do enjoy it. It is something that, as I said, in some part gives me something to focus my time on. And there's things that I've looked at. I've looked at putting some videos behind like a Patreon, like paywall, if you like. I know that there's a culture on YouTube where everything should be free, and it's not a particularly great attitude. I mean, I've come across some people who literally were, why are you not creating content? Why are you not creating free content for me to watch? This is outrageous, if you can believe that type of attitude. But it's prevalent on YouTube. It is a thing, and as soon as someone with their channel starts talking about monetization, which is a word that I hate, I can't think of another word. The indignation from people who think they should be getting stuff for free is quite funny. But that's something that I've thought about. The other thing that I've thought about is the other thing that I kind of, if I carry on doing the channel, is there's a lot of different ideas that I'm always coming up with for the channel. So maybe part of the thing is to try to build the channel by producing a wider, obviously still gaming related, but a wider ranging content that still focuses on the core values of the channel, but it's just some different stuff to watch, stuff that other people might find more interesting than the current just starting playing and then talking over my gameplay basically kind of thing. So that's kind of where the channel is. I'm not quite sure why I did this video, because I think that I do speak to quite a lot of people. I've spoken to quite a lot of people over the course of the channel, and I think that there are people out there who do care about what you're doing. And I'm not saying that there's anyone who's a subscriber who doesn't care. That's not, if you don't care for what you say nowadays, people just get offended instantly. So it's not. But I do think that YouTube channels are generally they're generally somewhere to go and watch something that they want to see, and I think that's borne out by. I mean, I know in the past, like I don't do it so much now, but I used to watch quite a lot of P99 Project 99 videos, for example, going around watching videos and stuff. Of other people's, and it's funny because you would see the same people, who will come to your channel on one of your videos and say, "Oh my God, you're just like the greatest thing since sliced bread. I can't believe this. You're brilliant and amazing." And then you'll go to another P99 channel and you'll see that person saying exactly the same thing on that channel, and that's fine. That's not they're entitled to go and watch whatever videos they want to watch. But I think that shows that for quite often, I think for the majority of people, it's not really not as personal as they kind of suggest it might be. And I think at that point, when you realise that, maybe then you do, just come up with another thought, maybe then you do, if you want to monetize your channel in some way, then you should be entitled to do that. And if people don't like it, then that's just how it works. But anyway, I guess the upshot of it all is that going forward, there's going to be some other stuff happening on the channel. I've got some ideas for video series and stuff that I wanted to do for a long time, but I just haven't done it for reasons I spoke about at the start. So there's going to be more content. I'm not quite sure how that content will work. I might see if I can kind of grow the channel naturally. I guess the problem is that the games that I play is very much there's a limit. They're quite niche. There's a limit to your reach, I would say. But I do watch some other channels that do similar stuff to what I would like to do, and they seem to do better. So maybe it's about making the videos better, essentially, and coming up with ideas that people might find interesting to watch. You know, that might be the. But all of the videos will be generally around. They'll all be around gaming, generally centered around probably the more niche gaming and retro gaming, maybe more as well, because that's something that I'm interested in a lot. So yeah, so that's it for the video. I'm not sure if this video will even go up, basically, but it was just me wanting to get my thought, almost talking to myself in a way, wanting to get my thoughts down on video. Yeah, about how I feel about the channel, because the channel is become a big part of my life, and it's now intrinsically linked with gaming for me. So whenever sometimes for a negative, it can be a negative, but whenever I'm playing a game, I find myself, rather than enjoying the game for what it is, I'm always thinking about, you know, what content can I do for this game, or, you know, yeah, that's generally how things work for me. So, you know, the channel is obviously quite an important thing, and I do enjoy doing it, but as I said, for the reasons just explained, that's why the content has been the content output has been low, and also I think the content generally has been quite negative. I haven't really enjoyed watching my own videos. I'd never enjoy it anyway, but I think the content has had a bit of a cloud over it, which I guess you can understand looking at the situation. But yeah, so but I guess going forward, I'm going to be trying some new stuff, see how it goes, see if people enjoy it. I did kind of consider doing a new channel, maybe a fresh start to get rid of all the old stuff and start again, but I don't think that's probably the answer. Maybe. Anyway, we'll see. But if this video goes up, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.